world, we're kind of known as the boneyard, but we're so much more than that. We also, in addition to storing aircraft, we reclaim parts off of aircraft, we repair airplanes, and we modify airplanes. And so many of the 750 employees that work here are veterans themselves and love being able to give back to those who are currently serving. And so we give a shout out to all veterans across the country. I also got to give a shout out to my alma mater, Michigan Technological University. Go Huskies.
Good slice of humble pie for us. I think this will be a good thing for us when we're a group.
That was my motivating factor. Get back so I can play for those guys. You can't handle them hard, man.
Run the table. That's the goal. We got to win them all.
Even when we're fighting adversity, we have confidence in what we're going to do.
We're a championship defense. We're in the driver's seat now.
We sure have a good weekend ahead of us in sports. Welcome back to Davis-Monthan Air Force Base in Tucson, Arizona, getting you set for Veterans Day weekend. What a crowd, what a day. And joining us now is the big man on campus, Chief Master Sergeant of the entire Air Force, Khalith Wright. Oh, wait till we go down. The entire Air Force, Chief Wright, what an honor. And I see all the respect.
Yeah.
Chanting you out there. Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for having First Take here today on the base.
Yeah, it's good to be here, and I want to give a shout out to, of course, all of the veterans, and thank you guys, ESPN. And I cannot let this opportunity pass me by without shouting out America's team, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes. Now, I understand you two have a connection.
We do have a connection.
Tell me about that.
So we were at Winston-Salem State University around the same time. He was probably on scholarship. I walked on and made the basketball team. I don't think, he went on to do great things and make a lot of money. And I went on to join the Air Force. And then we're also part of the same fraternity, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
You went on to do great things as well. Are you kidding? Don't downplay what's happening here. Talk about a big job.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to talk some sports?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. How about them Cowboys? Big D hosts the Minnesota Vikings this weekend as they try to maintain their slight lead over the Eagles in the NFC East. Chief Wright, the guys talked about this matchup earlier in the show. I know you're a Dallas fan, so I'm sure you know Stephen A's feelings about that. Is it fair to underestimate the Cowboys?
I think it's fair just because we've had an up and down season, right? So it's I wouldn't say it's unfair to underestimate it, but we do have the number one offense in the league. We got a pretty good defense. We added Michael Bennett. Of course, Jalen Smith has been playing really well. I heard you guys talking earlier. I think the Cowboys will be able to stop Dalvin Cook. I mean, we stopped Saquon Barkley last week, and if we can get an early start and get some points on the board, like you said, put the pressure on.
Well, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're a leader.
Right.
Okay. Leadership is incredibly important to you, right?
It is.
Because it galvanizes the troops, as I like to say.
Yeah.
Right. Brings everybody together, common goal. Everybody's on the same page. So, getting back to your Cowboys, who's your coach?
Jason Garrett.
How you feel about that? See, I have a track record to look at, okay? And how would you describe that track record?
I would say the track record is average.
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 Is average acceptable to you?
Average is not acceptable.
Then why are you a Cowboys fan?
I've been a Cowboys fan all of my
so we get emotional.
life.
So we get
yeah.
It ain't about productivity. It ain't about facts. It's about emotion.
No, not about emotion. You asked me why I was a fan.
Okay.
Right? So I've been a fan all my life. Now, do I think we need a different coach? I would say yes.
Okay.
But I like where we are. I like the look at the talent that we have on the team right now.
So you like where you are without leadership. So you like where you are without leadership.
If we can't win it now, we can't win it.
Last question for him. Are you the kind of leader that just goes?
No, I'm not a rah-rah leader. I'm not a clap it up leader.
Jason Garrett? It's Jason Garrett. Yeah.
I'll plead the fifth.
Okay.
Let me ask you this, as the Chief Master Sergeant of the U.S. Air Force. There's a dude who coaches in college right now, has something called the air raid offense. Are you interested in Lincoln Riley as the Cowboys' next head coach? Or the other rumor's been Sean Payton?
Not really. I'm really interested in Chris Richard as the next Cowboys.
I like that.
I'd be okay with Sean Payton coming back, but I think the next coach for the Cowboys should be Chris Richard.
Because?
Because of his expertise on defense, what he's established down with the Cowboys, and he was part of a winning culture with Seattle before he came over to the Cowboys.
Don't you need a coach to get Dak Prescott to be the best version of himself? When I look at what's going on with all those quarterbacks Lincoln Riley gets over there, they all are, and Dak is bigger and stronger than all those guys, but can do some of the same stuff they do.
Yeah, I think, but I'm putting my money on Kellerman. He's a young guy, right? Young coordinator, but I like what he's done this year. I think he can get Dak to where he needs to be. We need the head coach to galvanize the rest of the team.
Chief Wright, you like the NBA?
I like the NBA.
One more topic real quick. LeBron and his 6-1 Lakers host the Miami Heat tonight. Of course, that's his former team. Reports of the Kings' demise have been greatly exaggerated as he's averaging just over 26 points per game while leading the NBA in assists at 11 per game. Chief Wright, what are the chances LeBron finishes as an all-time great Laker?
I don't think there's a chance that he finishes as an all-time great Laker. Only because I think his track record shows that he may only play one more season, if that, with the Lakers, if things don't start going well. And I know he has some business ventures in LA, but if you look at history, he'll play one more season. I don't think they'll win, and then he'll be off to doing something else. And there's some great Lakers that you have to compare him to.
LeBron, he's right about that because LeBron James is an all-time great. He's on the Mount Rushmore of basketball as far as I'm concerned. But in terms of an all-time Laker, we're talking about Kobe, we're talking about Magic, we're talking about Kareem. And not only that, we're talking about Laker lifers. Not only were they winning championships, but they were synonymous with the Laker brand. LeBron is not synonymous with the Laker brand. He's synonymous with basketball and greatness, but not the Laker brand. But by the way, I'd like to remind everybody, I picked LeBron James to win the MVP this year and the Lakers to win the championship. I just thought I'd point that out, Max, because God forbid that Rich Paul and them see me saying something to the contrary. I mean, my Lord, we haven't shined LeBron's shoes for crying out loud, so they might have an attitude. So I just want to remind everybody about that.
So there's a chance that he won't go down as the greatest Laker because there's a pretty good chance that he won't win a championship as a Laker.
I think with this nucleus they'll win a champ. I don't think it'll be this year, but I think LeBron will get one as a Laker. But it is so, as they say, gangster on Lakers Mount Rushmore. He could win 3 in a row, and he still might not be on it because you got to contend with Kareem and Magic and Kobe and Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain, and it goes on.
Shaq, you got to throw Shaq in there.
Oh, I mean, I forgot Shaquille O'Neal.
30 seconds. Bama or LSU?
LSU.
LSU?
LSU.
The upset? Okay, Bama's won the last 8 meetings. Stephen A., what do you think?
Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Handle your business.